I've been talking a bit about Generation Z or Gen Z, this new population of young people, roughly speaking, born somewhere between 1995 and 2012. And I've been talking about them because this is a group that's never known a world without internet access, without amazing technology, for whom something like a printed photo is an archaic relic, that's something that their parents or grandparents might have. And much has been said about this group, and also, of course, millennials, the generation that preceded them. It's true now, though, that Generation Z outnumbers the millennials in terms of absolute population size, but they're very, very different people. They'll often comfortably use 5 or more devices at the same time. They'll multitask in ways that many of us simply can't do, because our brains were wired up in our younger years before this technology came along, before the multitasking need was a reality. Very often we talk about Generation Z as having an ability to almost do 4-dimensional thinking, because they can process different things in different ways simultaneously, simply because that's how their brains have evolved. Now, whilst much has been said about this group, there is very little understanding of exactly how they will evolve as they come into the workplace. Yes, they'll adopt the norms that many of us have adopted in the past, but they're also more likely to have radically different expectations. We know that that Gen Z are much more realistic than the millennials. They're much more tied to the idea that hard work gives rewards. They're much more into equality and fairness. They appreciate that everyone can participate and that those who work the hardest deserve the greatest rewards. And what we have to work out is, how do we work with this next generation of brand managers who are managing their own brand and the way that it's perceived online? And what is the role that our business can play in their lives for the long term? Many organizations, many brands are now waking up to the fact that this cohort have a very large disposable income in the near future. They're entering the workforce today. They are the managers of the future. And if we start to understand their needs, then there are possibly things that we can do to make our business more relevant for them, as well as all the other populations that have gone before. Generation Z, a fascinating group of people to observe and to learn from.